What is it about birthdays that get us so tripped up, man? I mean, they either get you like super excited or they get you super sad. I know I'm not the only one that feels like this because I've met other people who also, I wouldn't say hate their birthday, but struggle with their birthday. So today is my birthday and I'm posting this video because it just so happens to also be my anniversary of when I moved to Greece. Well, okay, hold on. I didn't actually move to Greece on my birthday, but it was the first flight I took to Athens in 2017, exactly 9 years ago. It was supposed to be a trip to blow up everything I was tired of dealing with because I had literally quit my job the day I caught my plane. And what was meant to be an 18-day vacation turned out to be the biggest decision of my life. I fully intend to share the details of that story soon, but for right now, I'm focusing on the fact that some of you are thinking about moving abroad and you're thinking about how do I get a visa and how much is it going to cost? And while those things fully matter and are important, I guarantee you they're not things that are going to affect you in year 2 or 5 or year 6 or 7 because you quickly go from, oh my God, what am I going to do this year for my birthday? To suddenly asking yourself, well, how permanent is this? I mean, am I going to actually get buried here in this new country or will I be repatriated to where I'm from? And as dark and morbid as that sounds, trust me, that is a reality. I've posted a lot of footage and stories and pictures and experiences that have made a lot of people in my life jealous about the decision I made to move abroad. So I'm not here to convince you that it's full of regrets and decisions that are going to be way too hard to make. But I want to be extremely real with you on this channel. There are a lot of people out there sharing their experiences moving abroad, making it look like a 365-day-a-year vacation. And that's simply just not the reality. Once you get used to living abroad, it's hard to reverse the decision, not due to logistics, but due to emotional reasons. Because if I'm missing friends and family, or I want to give up on the decision that I take and get buried in my home country, well, living in my home country is never going to feel the same either because you build a life here. So many people were missing from my birthday cakes in the last 9 years. They weren't there while I blew out the candles and made wishes. And that hurts. But a lot of new people have been around those cakes too. And those are new relationships. So if you think you're mourning your old relationships, you're going to mourn the new relationships. You're going to mourn something no matter what happens. And these are things that you really have to consider before you even put yourself in that position. It's kind of, I mean, here I am, it's my birthday, and I'm making the most depressing video ever. I promise you I'm not this pessimistic and dark. I'm usually more festive. I've thrown myself amazing birthday parties. In fact, after this video, I'm gonna bake myself the best birthday cake I've ever had. The original plan was to bake it with you, but I don't have a tripod yet. And as you see, I'm totally not ready to shoot something that complicated with my limited production experience. I fully intend to create much more organized videos about information that's going to benefit you. But a lot of times I have raw thoughts that I think need to just be shared because that's where the lessons are, in those emotional brainstorming sensational moments where I can get you to feel what it's truly going to be like if you decide that this decision is for you. I get people all the time who tell me, oh, I want to do what you did, or I might consider it next year. And I don't even pay attention to them because I already know they're not the type of person who's ever going to pull the trigger. I also know that if they do find the courage to pull the trigger, that they're going to last a few months and run back home, because I know who they are and I know what it takes. Today, I'm not thinking about how much older I am. I'm not even thinking about how long I've actually lived here, but I'm thinking about how much I've evolved as a person, because we all evolve as people. But there is something really magical that takes place when you challenge yourself so big to completely change your life in a way that is unrecognizable. That's the fantastic part. That's the part that makes all of this sacrifice worth it. And maybe you don't need to be here 9 years. Maybe you don't need to have your body buried in a brand new country. You just need some time to reinvent yourself. Remember, it is never too late.